This is what it's like talking with friends. Well, hello once again. Okay, so I'm doing some painting today, and we're going to do a quick painting tip. I've got my paint, and I've got my thing to be painted. So we're going to go over a quick technique that I have to use a little bit of acrylic paint, a lot of acrylic paint to make something painted without brushstrokes. That's the point of this post. No brushstrokes. So when I paint something, it'll have the appearance of being airbrushed on or spray painted on. All right, this is the result that I want it to be. Nice and green. You could see the wood grain in there. That's to be expected. That's just how wood is. But this is the base coat. It's white on top of primer. And the reason why I used white is because this green is, well, I wouldn't say semi-transparent. It can be, but since it's such a light color, if I put a darker layer on there underneath, the colors tend to mix together and change the shade. So I just want it to be green, the green that it came with, and I have it marked. I always paint the top of my lid so I can tell what color it's going to be when it's done and what kind of coverage it has with the texture. And that's just a little tick that I do. So I've painted a lot so far, and it's used quite a bit of this almost brand new bottle of green. That is the only downside of painting large areas with an acrylic substance, is that usually it requires a lot of coverage. So let's go over this real quick. I have completed side, one coat, two coats to be painted. So this is what we're going to work on now, and then we're going to move forward to the second coat on this. And this is how we do it. These are only two supplies that you really need. Okay, that was the beginning of what I do. As you can see, it's rather lumpy. That was the quick brush that I put on there. Really, that's to fill gaps. That's all it is. And this is to create a smooth, even texture. Load the brush, dab. Pretty good coverage too. Now that does use a little more paint, but it's faster than the alternative. The alternative being just multiple coats of brush strokes. That takes too long because you have to wait for each layer to dry before you move on. Now after that dries, this is what it's going to look like. There's some white gaps in there, but notice it's a lot less lumpy. One of the qualities of most of these acrylic paints is they dry flat. Pretty flat. This is using the same texture on there, single coat. I'm going to give it a second coat so it can dry so I can see it better, but I have to get some more of this paint. Okay, so that was another very, very brief post, and I appreciate you sticking through that. This is how I'm trying to build myself up as someone who does videos and quick little tutorials and simple things and simple tricks. Sometimes they're long, sometimes they're short. I am trying to find a good formula, and your input is really appreciated. If you like this video, you want to see some more, subscribe. That's one great way to do it. I'm still growing, and apparently once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll be able to put direct links in the YouTube descriptions. Something else I'm going to work on, another project, this is for Patreon, or for Patreon only members, is I'm going to make a shelf, which is, here's the template, here's the wood, it's already glued and ready to go, and I'm going to start on that, and I'm going to make that for my Patreon members. If you would like to be involved in that, see it, just go subscribe to my Patreon. That will give you the chance to communicate directly with me about what you would like to see, what you would like me to do, and how we can work together to help improve your talents and skills. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to do with you. So I would appreciate it if you'd stop on by, let me know, give a subscribe, and let's keep building.